Welcome to my National Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is a beautiful Tuesday episode. My goodness gracious. This year is flying by. I don't know about y'all, but my goodness, your boy's feeling it. The fact that we're already in August, and then the fact that we're kind of like already in the middle of August, it's like, what the fuck is going on? I swear, man. Time is flying. This year is going by crazy. It is wild. My God, we're going to be in 2025 before you even know it, man. And it's funny because, like me, I'm the type of person that loves to watch, like, old fucking, like 80s movies and shit. And it's funny when they thought like Back to the Future, for instance, you know, they thought 2015 was going to be like the craziest year. That year was going to be lit. We was going to have hoverboards and flying cars and all kinds of shit. And you think about like what 2015 actually was, you're like, oh, you know, you're kind of like, yeah, 2015 was trash, you know, and now we're in the 2020s and it's like, low key, the world is still trash, you know? Oh, man. It is wild to me. And, you know, now everybody's kind of thinking like, oh, you know, 2050, 2070, like those are going to be the years, you know? And they might not even, you know? It's crazy to think about it. But yeah, man. Oh, craziness. And I say that to say that, you know, the podcast is almost a year old. My goodness, dude. And I can't get over that I've been doing this show for a year now. And, you know, I kind of went back and looked at my old episodes and, you know, how bad my reading was. And my reading is still trash. It's okay. You guys get it on me in the comments all day, every day about that. And I'm trying out here in these streets, okay? I'm trying. I love you guys. Thank you for criticizing me. It only makes me better, all right? And so, you know, when I think about it, a year ago when I did this show, I really didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I didn't think that people were going to actually listen to it. I didn't think people were really going to be interested in it. And the fact that you guys come back every week and you guys listen to the episodes, you guys are commenting about the episodes, we have such a large following on TikTok. You know what I mean? We're growing our following on Instagram as well as YouTube. And we have such a large audience on listening platforms. Yeah, you listeners, I see you out there. I see you downloaded. I see you rating the show. You know what I mean? You may not be rating 5 stars, but I see you. You know? But I appreciate all of the support that you guys have been showing over the past year. You know what I mean? Even you people on Patreon. I never thought Patreon would be as active as it is, which I'm very surprised. It's awesome. I really think it's awesome. You know what I mean? I think it's something where, you know, I look at this, you know, little passion project that I love to do, and I see that you guys enjoy it too, and it makes me super excited to come back every Friday and every Sunday, you know what I mean, and do the Tuesday and the Thursday episodes and all that kind of stuff, reading the book with you guys, because you guys love the book episodes. I mean, man, you guys is fiending over those episodes, and I love that, and that's why I try to make all of the content very easy and accessible to where everything is just one link away. You know what I mean? I try to update my link tree as well to have every link in one place. And so, you know, I wanted to take the beginning of this episode to really thank you guys for the past year and everything that you guys have done to make this year awesome for me. You know what I mean? And I really, really appreciate everything. Even if you've only listened to one episode, if this is your first episode, if you found us on TikTok and you decided, you know, I mean, I'm gonna listen to this guy, see what's up, you know, and even if you haven't become a fan yet, you're kind of on the ropes, like he's cool, but I don't know, you know what I mean? I only really listen to this nigga when I'm bored. Yeah, even if you do that, even if you listen to me only when you're driving or you're at work or you're bored, it don't matter. The fact that you are listening, the fact that you're checking us out, I think that's awesome. Most of you guys are from TikTok, which I do appreciate that. TikTok has honestly become one of my favorite apps to interact with you guys, just because it's short content. I can edit everything up and, you know what I mean, get it to you guys instantly. And I love that shit. I just really, really do. I appreciate all the support, man. I can't begin to thank you guys for the years support that you guys have shown me. And it makes me want to jump into season 2 of this show, just more excited and just, with more energy. And, I just love it. Just love it. I can't describe the excitement that has brought for me. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you guys probably notice I have, it's over there somewhere, we got the new camera angle, so I have to point like at a weird spot, but you notice we have 2 more links over there. They're not really links, but they're, I guess they're links. I don't know. But you see there's 2 more over there. We have Twitch and as well as Kick. After the 14th, I'm going to start doing streaming. So after the 14th, instead of doing a Sunday episode every single week, I'm going to be doing Sunday episodes every other week. If you've been around for a while and you already know this information, I'm sorry that I'm repeating it, but it is for the new people who have jumped in. But yeah, I'm going to start streaming on the Sundays that I don't do Sunday episodes. So that way, and I might even stream on the days I do Sunday episodes, but I don't know, we'll see. But I just wanted to be able to, have a way to kind of connect with you guys live. And, I back in the day, or back a couple months ago, I tried to do the podcast live, and kind of do like this live, but I don't know, it just didn't translate well. And so since it didn't really translate all that well, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give you guys the recorded, like you guys normally get it. And then I will still do the live stream thing, but I'm going to do it differently, where I'm just playing games or I'm just chatting with you guys or whatever the case may be. So get in there, check it out. I still haven't come up with a schedule for anything yet. So that's going to kind of be an ETA. So I haven't come up with a schedule on when I'm going to stream and how often I'm going to. It's still fairly new. I'm still trying to set everything up, but yeah, that's just how that's going to be. I wanted to put that on screen though for you guys, so that way you guys can, at least know where to go and know, I'm going to have some links in the descriptions for that. I should have links in the description as of this episode. Hopefully, if I don't, I do apologize. They will be on there by the Thursday episode. So bear with your boy. I might update this episode. So if you don't see it, as you're listening to this episode and you're thinking like, what the fuck, what is he talking about? Where's the link? I might update the episode after the Thursday episode to have the link, to the Twitch and Kick and stuff like that. So that way you can catch me live. But yeah, like I said, I want to be able to, just play games or chat with you guys or whatever the case may be and just kick it. I think it'd be kind of fun to do something like that in that kind of environment. So, yeah, that's what I have planned for the future of this going into kind of season 2, if you will. And then if you guys have suggestions on anything that you want to do on changing up the change up the episodes a little bit, we can also do that as well. I do want to bring back having guests on and my friends and stuff like that. I will try to do that, a little more often. I know a lot of people kind of enjoy when it's just me. But I know there are some people who are just like, hey, you haven't had so-and-so on. You haven't had, your friends on and stuff like that. You haven't had a guest on in a while. So I might be bringing that back too, just to kind of change things up, and we might play a game or do something like that. So I don't know. But without further ado, though, let's get into the episode. I know that intro was fucking long. That was like, a damn near 10-minute long intro. Do apologize. I just wanted to thank you guys for all the support. But without further ado, let's get into our juicy thread for today. Today's thread is, what is something that men thinks turns women on, but it just don't. It just don't. It be giving the women the nigga, why you trying? All right, so let's see what dudes do that just turn women off. Okay, first one is smack the vagina multiple times to quote unquote warm her up. Yeah. I think the hub has a lot to do with that. The hub's got a lot to do with that. You know, you see the dudes, you know what I mean? They smack the girl's vagina with their penis and they're like, yeah, it's like knocking on the door before you go in. Like, you know, yeah, they don't like that. All right. Take notes, guys. Take notes. Write that down. Rubbing our bits down like they're trying to sand down a piece of wood, an instant way to ruin the mood. Yeah, when you're playing that DJ Hero just a little too rough, you know what I mean? Yeah, it don't grease the wheels like we think it does. Yeah, facts. You know, as an avid DJ Hero player, I've gotten that multiple times. I've worked on it. You know what I mean? You got to play that DJ Hero just right, because if you don't, ooh, yeah. Fingering you like a rabid animal. Yeah, bro. You know, doing the whole that shit. Nah, you're like, nah. It ain't the way to go, Chief. You know, again, man, the hub be giving out misinformation out there. All right. That's what I blame. When you try to guide them or adjust yourself with their hand to show them how you like it, or to get more comfortable, and they ignore you and move your hand away and keep doing the thing that doesn't feel good because they think they know best or just want to be dominant, I'm literally giving you the cheat code and you're ignoring it. That's how you dominate a woman. Look, hey, I've said, it was probably an episode a long time ago, my God. But I remember saying it on the show that there's a lot of times, you know, when you're playing the DJ Hero and a woman will adjust and then you adjust the adjust, that's not the way to go about it. It's kind of like you just put your hand somewhere and then you're doing your thing. And then you let her just kind of move under your hand. You know what I mean? So it's like you're just playing the DJ Hero. And if she like moves, you just keep the hand there. Don't move the hand. Let her guide you where you're going. Because your hand is already in a good spot. You got a good little motion. You got a good little twist. She just is like, right here. Oh, that's good. Oh, right here. Oh, like don't move your hand. And, you know, let her do all the work. Because if you let her do all the work, she's going to be like, oh, baby Jesus. You know, she's going to feel like you did all the work. You know, like that's something I've learned from this show, if I'm being real with you. So, yeah, facts. Oh, man. Rubbing my pussy lips like a DJ and thinking it feels good. Oh, okay. See. That's a misconception because I always use the term DJ Hero. That's a misconception. A lot of girls do like it, but you got to be rubbing the right spot, man. You got to be playing the DJ Hero in the right spot. If you just putting your hand down there and you're just, you know, thinking like this motion is good, it's like, bro, nah, because you're missing the whole spot. But if you're in the right spot, you know, and you kind of, you in the right spot. Oh, trust me. This comment right here is irrelevant. She gonna be like, God damn, son, spin that record. You know, but when you just out there just, you know, yeah, I can see how it's uncomfortable. Most people will say when the man comes too quick, but for me, it's if it goes on too long. Like I'm dry now and the friction is so rough that I'm smoking and a small campfire is starting between my labia. Facts. See, I think a lot of times, you know, this was a thing that I've learned, and it's from a lot of girls telling me. They're like, we don't want a guy that lasts long. We want a guy that can actually get us to the point where it's like, oh yeah, and then they're done. You know what I mean? Not this whole like, I finished ages ago and you're still going, you know? A lot of girls have told me that. They're like, there's never too short, but there's always too long. you know? And I always thought to myself, I'm like, but, you know, what if they're just like 2 seconds? But at the same time, it's like, use some fucking common sense. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you know, 2 seconds is going to be too short. Like, use some fucking common sense. But see, that's why for me, I inflate my numbers with some great foreplay. And I always tell the guys out there, I'm like, yo, man, inflate your numbers with some great foreplay. Because if you got great foreplay, the penis game is going to be great. It don't matter how big you are or how small you are. If the foreplay game is right, she going to be like, God damn, you Johnny Sins out in this bitch. Why? Because the great foreplay is just, it's going to make her so sensitive to the point where she ain't going to know. She ain't going to know the difference. You could be rocking a 3-inch down there, but you got mad foreplay game. Oh, it's over. It's over. She's like, oh my God, spread me, baby. Yeah. I'm just being honest with you. And like I said, I've talked to multiple girls and I'm just like, you know, is it like what makes it good? And a lot of girls are like, it's the foreplay that makes it good. You know what I mean? Without that, it's kind of like, all right, man, you know, this was okay. This was fine. I had a good time. You know what I mean? But like if the foreplay's on point, then it only makes the dick game better. You know, you could have trash stroke and she's so sensitive to the point where it's just like, about it. I'm just saying. I'm speaking from experience up in this bitch. And I'm just saying. Nipples are not dials on a radio. Facts. That's weird. I never understood dudes, you know, doing this thing. I never understood that. I've never understood. I'm like, what, bro? Like I always do the brush by, you know, like, you know, you've got a handful of titty, but you just kind of brush your thumb over the nipple. You know what I mean? You don't focus on the nipple, focus on the titty, but you just kind of do a little bit of that brush by, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because in my experience, girls have liked that more than you focusing solely on the nipple. Because then after a while, it's like, all right, bro, the sensitivity is gone. It just hurts now. Like, leave it alone. The nipple's raw at this point, you know? I like to do the little brush by, like squeeze brush. You know, get a little squeeze brush, you know? And then, you know, if you're using your tongue, it's kind of the same concept, if I'm being real with you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you just brush your tongue by. Brush it by, you know? You don't ever focus on the nipple. You kind of tease it a little bit. You just brush by, you know? Brush. I don't know. Again, I'm just speaking from the experience, man. I used to be trash too. I used to be that guy. I used to radio dial the nipple talking about, oh yeah, this is amazing, you know? Yeah, you know? Let's see. Constantly using pet names when we literally have been talking for 5 minutes. Also, someone once called me soft cheese once. I guess that too. So she must not be. I'm okay. Well, I get it. She said like 5 when you guys first start talking, or you've just met this person and they're all like, "Oh, what's up, baby? Oh, what's up, my love? Oh, what's up?" You know what I mean? Like facts. I kind of get that because then that's a little weird, and it's like, bro, what the heck is going on here? Like, you know what I mean? And then a lot of girls don't like that just because it seems a little too like you say this to every girl, you know, like you ain't making me feel special by saying baby and baby girl and what's up, and yeah, like, so I get that one, 100% get that. Doing almost anything they've seen in porn and thinking they're doing something for us. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, the hub be out there spreading misinformation. Hey, let's be Hundo P. The hub out there, because you got to understand, man. The hub is for theatrics. All right, they're not doing this to be like, hey, this is what you should do. You know what I mean? This is over exaggerated theatrics. Like, real chicks don't actually like this. I guarantee you even the chick in the video doesn't like this. But she pretending though. I guarantee you she doesn't though. She's probably just like, yeah, no, I don't actually, you know, get down like this because this is No. What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? I'm sure they'd be looking at those scripts like, you want me to what? I guess. All right, whatever. You're paying me. You know, they be in positions where they're just like, I'm feeling nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling nothing, but hey, I'm getting paid. So it's whatever. Lube me up, baby, and let's get it done. You know? So facts. Again, the majority of what they see in Korn, like the smartest dudes out there, are not making the link that those are performers, and most Korn is geared towards them, as we can see on there. Most of what turns them on doesn't turn us on. Yeah, facts. Yeah, we just went over that. Saying they got a big penis randomly, facts. I think if you're a dude who sits there and you're like, yeah, I got a big dick, you probably got a small penis. You probably do. And your dick game is probably trash. If you got to say that you have a big dick, yeah. Me, I don't be saying that. I'm like, nah, girl, if a girl asks me like, oh, are you big? I'm just like, that's for your vagina to decide. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, that's for her down there to decide. You know what I mean? Like you and I, we ain't got no say in this. It's her to decide. You know what I mean? Like, psh. I ain't giving you no numbers. I ain't giving you no figures. I ain't saying like, oh yeah, I'm big. Nah. If you and I get into a little altercation and you know, pow, then you can decide from there. You know what I mean? Like, I keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? Not saying out here. Sticking their tongue out and wiggling it to imply that they're good at eating a girl out. Yeah, you know, come on, man. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Where they're just like, oh yeah, girl. Yeah, they do a little thing like that, and not like, come on, man. What I've noticed is I don't ever tell a girl that I'm good at cunnilingus or that I like to do it. I like it to be a surprise. You know, where we're doing our thing, we touching, doing our thing, and then I just spread her open, I get down there, and I'm just like, la, 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 la. Because then I think she probably appreciates it more that she didn't know I like to do it. And then, you know, that your boy is kind of decent at it. You know, she's like, okay, oh, shit. You know, it's like a girl, you know, that you see and she's cute, kind of a little innocent or whatever, you know what I mean? But she sucks a mean wiener and you're like, yo, oh, you're sitting in that chair like, Jesus, woo, okay, wasn't expecting this, you know? Like, I think it's better when you don't know and when you don't tell the person that you're good at oral. Man, like like a girl that sits there and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm good at giving head. Yeah, you're probably trash. You know what I mean? Either that or you probably suck so many dang wieners that why? Why am I going to put mine in your mouth? You know what I mean? Every Tom, Dick, and Harry has had theirs in there. It's like, why? It's kind of like a turnoff thing. And I think it's the other way with girls too, where if a guy is just like, yeah, I'm great at eating girls' coochies. Oh yeah, I'm mean with that cunnilingus, you know. I think that just makes a girl like, okay, all right, you're probably not good at it. You're probably trash at it, and you think you're good at it, you know. But if you don't say nothing, that's what I like. You don't say nothing, and it surprises her. Then she's like, oh, I'm about it. Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. Unsolicited wiener pics. Facts. It's 2024. Why are we still sending wiener pics, bro? Why? Why are we still doing this? Just answer that question. Why? Why are we still doing nudes in general in 2020? Like, bruh, we have this thing called video chat. We got this thing called going over to a motherfucker's house. We got Zoom and Skype. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. You know, and then on top of that, it's like those pictures can backfire on you so easily. I don't care if you're a dude or a girl. They can backfire on you. If you send an unsolicited wiener pic to a girl, you are being made fun of in the group chat. You know what I mean? They throwing your dick in a group chat talking about, look at this guy. He thinks it's big. Look at this little guy. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Look at this weirdo. Like, come on, man. You're out here fucking it up for the rest. Okay? You're fucking it up for the rest of the guys out here. Please stop. Don't do this to me. I'm just saying. Yeah. It's weird, especially when I might be around people who shouldn't be seeing that, or I'm not even in the mood. Facts. All right. Tweaking my nipples like they're trying to tune an FM radio. I tweak theirs with the same enthusiasm they've done mine, and all of a sudden they're not in the mood. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Come on. It's squeeze brush. Squeeze brush. Come on now. You know, you get a little squeeze and you kind of just brush by the nipple. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. That gets it like, pachoom! You know? But the girls listening to it, they're like, hi, facts. Huh. I like a little squeeze brush. You know what I mean? I never looked at it like that, but yeah, I like me a little squeeze brush. I like when my man does a little squeeze brush on my titties, you know. All right, yeah, you right. It's all good, ladies. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We got you out here. Got you covered. When they act tough, like, yeah, I fucked that guy up, so lame, and you can tell they are lying. Yeah, look, bro. Girls, I give them this. They are extremely, and I mean extremely, socially inept when it comes to like knowing when you're lying, knowing when you're nervous, knowing when you're insecure, knowing when you're, you know, not confident in yourself. Like, women can see that shit a mile away. They could tell when you're lying, all that stuff. And that's why it's like, just be you. You know what I mean? Just be you. And a lot of times girls look at that and they're kind of blown away. Like, let's be real with it. Whenever a girl kind of sees a dude just kind of being him, they're like, well, huh, wow, okay, that's a little refreshing. Okay, all right. You know, I kind of like this guy. You know, this guy's a good one. But then, you know, when they meet the dudes that are kind of just like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm this and that. Oh, yeah, I used to do this. Oh, yeah, I bought my second Lamborghini. You know, yeah, it's like they kind of look at it like, all right, man, who are you trying to fool at this point? Now, don't get me wrong. Can some dudes get away with that 100%? But I don't even think it's because of the bullshit that's coming out of their mouth. I think genuinely it's a thing where they just find the guy immensely attractive. They're just like, oh my God, he's just super hot. And they're not listening to what he's saying. Nah, homeboy could be like, oh yeah, man, you know, I fucked up Bobby and ate a couple snails. And they're like, oh yeah, really? Wow, that's fantastic. That's just wonderful. Jeez. So do you like dogs? Because I'm a dog for you right now. Bark, bark, Jesus. Oh my God. You know what I mean? So it's like, trust me, that happens. You know, does it happen often? I don't think so. But in the times where a girl finds a dude just immensely attractive, yeah, he could probably say those dumb things. But for most of us guys out there, you know, especially my short kings out there, you know, we gotta represent. I'm just saying. 5'7" gang, we up. All right. But you know, for most guys, it's like, just be yourself, bro. You know what I mean? And if she doesn't like you for being yourself, then, well, guess what? You know, she didn't like you from the get-go, and you kick rocks and move on. It just is what it is. But I think a girl is gonna genuinely see that and be like, oh, all right, okay, I kind of like that. All right, that's a little different, you know? Just saying. Speaking from personal experience. Revving their damn engines in front of a woman at a stoplight, that's not a new thing. Whenever I'd see that, I just mutter dumbass and move on. Facts. All right, because, you know, even I drive a modified car, and I don't sit there at a red light just revving it. I just don't. I think that's weird. Even if I have a, you know, I'm out with a girl or whatever and I like her or something like that, I'm not going to like rev it and no, I'm just not. I think that is just corny. I really do, bro. I think that's corny. Like, what are you doing, man? And it is a bit cringy because it's like you want her to notice your car so bad. And I've said this multiple times on the podcast. A long time ago, of course. I mean, we've done so many fucking episodes to this point where I'm just like, I don't even remember what episode. But women don't know cars. Okay? They don't know cars. They see my car and they're just like, I mean, it's nice, but what is it? They don't know what my car is. They don't know what a 2010 Evo is. They don't know what that is. They look at it and they're just like, oh, Okay, I mean, it looks nice, and they get in, they see the leather seats and infotainment system, and they see that it's nice. They're like, oh, this must be a nice car. He has leather seats, so it must be nice. You know what I mean? They don't fucking know. They just know that it's a nice looking car. And so that's why I tell guys all the time, I'm like, bro, look, keep your car clean. Make sure that it, looks somewhat nice on the inside, have a decent infotainment system, have nice leather seats. You know what I mean? But for one, you don't have to drive it fast. You don't have to be revving it. She don't even know what the fuck your car is, because a lot of guys, they'll pick up a girl in like an M3 BMW, or they'll pick up a girl, in a nice, let's say, like a nice Nissan or something like that. You know what I mean? This girl doesn't know what this fucking car is. All girls know are Mercedes, Lamborghini, and I don't know. Maybe just that. I don't know. A lot of girls don't know cars. Okay, so it's like she doesn't know. So why? Like, come on, man. Like, look. You'll get a lot more points with like looking, by driving well than trying to drive fast, stuff like that. Because there's been times where I go out on a date with a girl and I'm just a good driver, and I'm driving very defensively, where I'm letting people go in front of me, I'm lane changing correctly. I'm doing that. Your boy can back into a parking spot. You know what I mean? He can, I'm driving with one hand, and I'm just chilling. Girls will look at that and be like, yum. This man can drive a car. He can back it in. And like, I like this. That's sexy. There's so many times, and you see it all the time, even on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like they'll take a picture of the guy that like they're in the passenger seat of, and homeboy's not even driving fast, nothing. He's just like this, and he's driving with like one arm on the steering wheel. His hand maybe like on his chin or something, or on her thigh or whatever. If he's got a manual car, like most guys I'm sure do, he's got it on the gear shifter or whatever. Like, girls like that. That's what really fucking turns them on. That's what I've noticed. 9 times out of 10, the girl doesn't know what car you actually drive. They just look at it like, oh, he has leather seats and an infotainment system. That's more than that's enough for a lot of girls. And then if it's the winter time, you got heated seats. All right, so let's be honest with that. Then too, if you're a good driver, I think that's gonna go way further than you driving fast and wanting to show up. You being a good driver goes through the roof. And I bet the ladies out there are just like, facts. I'd much rather have a guy who can get me from point A to point B safely and back home than a dude who is recklessly driving and trying to drive all fast. Like, sorry, man. Girls just don't like that. It's weird. I went on a rant. I'm so sorry. I got a lot on my mind, okay? I'm kidding. Next. On to the next one. That little movement of the tongue to symbolize eating out woman, but no thanks. Yeah, we went through that one. The little, yeah. Because we know we can't, biting their bottom lip, squinting, rubbing their chin, and alternating while rubbing their hands together like a fly planning world domination. Oh. Huh. I guess. Because, I don't know. I guess if you're an unattractive guy, then the bottom lip thing. I don't know why squinting would ever be attractive. I don't know why a girl would be like, ooh, damn, I like the way he squints. I've never heard that. Biting the bottom lip, though, I don't know. That's a hit and miss. I always say that's kind of a 50-50 with some women, because, some women will look at dudes and they're just like, oh my God, bite that bottom lip, daddy. And then some girls are just like, oh my God, why are you biting your lip? That's just weird. Maybe it's in the context. I don't know. Sometimes I be catching myself biting my own lip, and it's not like I'm trying to be hot or nothing. I just do it, and I'm just like, maybe I'm anxious, or, I got anxiety, or I'm out in public and I'm just biting my lip, and they're just like, what the fuck are you doing? I've gotten caught by female friends like that all the time. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, what? I'm not doing anything. I'm like, you're biting your bottom lip. And I'm like, am I? I'm like, oh, sorry. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. That one is such hit and miss. But the squinting, I think, is weird. Rubbing their chin, I don't know. I think that's just a dude thing because like even all my homies, we just, I think that's just a dude thing. I don't think we try to do that. I mean, okay, no, I guess sometimes you do. Yeah, because when you're like with a girl and you're like talking to her, you're like, oh yeah, what's up, girl? What's going on? So okay, no, facts. I get that one. No, okay. I can see how that one would be kind of weird. And then alternating all while rubbing their hands together like a fly. Okay, so I guess they're just like doing a lot of this. I think that's weird. Like, what are you doing? Maybe you just don't know what to do with your hands. That's why for me, like if I'm ever talking to a girl, I always put my hands in my pockets just so that way like my hands aren't doing anything weird. And then it kind of is a like social trigger to kind of be like, oh, he's not reaching out for me, you know what I mean? Or he's not trying to touch me, like his hands are in his pockets. And I think it makes a girl feel a little more like comfortable in talking to you. Like, oh, okay, cool. He's not trying to like grab on me or nothing like that. I don't know. I've always done that and it's always worked, but yeah. Okay. Hey, it is what it is. Getting the, are you a squirter question. God, I don't get that. I don't like, you ain't gonna make her squirt, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, why are you asking a question that you ain't got the capability of? Like, come on, bro. You out here asking, hey, baby, you a squirter? Like, why am I going to answer that? You ain't going to make me squirt. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Like, come on, man. Question before the first date. Like, I don't know, dude. Are you good in bed? Are you going to find out? Are we not going to go on a date if I don't? What's the in-game plan here? I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to be like, oh, I'm good at sex and I can make you squirt. But again, I think that's retarded. I really do. I'm like, bro, I don't understand why people think being good at sex is attractive to the opposite sex. I don't get it. Like if I like a girl and I'm walking up to her or I'm having conversation with her, I'm not going to, the first thing that the first thing that does not come to my mind is to let her know how good at sex I am. You know what I mean? That just doesn't come to my mind. Like, look, I want it to be a thing where if we fucking, you gonna find out. Let my actions, you know what I mean, dictate if I'm good at sex or not. Not my words. Because I don't get the whole like, oh yeah, I'm hyping you up through text. Like, oh, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, man, I want it to be a mystery. I want her to be like, man, I wonder if he is good. Like, I wonder, if he eats girls out. I wonder if, you know what I mean? I want to get you thinking like, man, I don't know. I just think that's retarded. I just do. You know what I mean? And then if I find out you a squirter, then I'm like, cool, man. Because let's be honest, man. Like I said, your boy's a solid 10 minutes, 15 max. So that's why the foreplay is there. The cunnilingus is there. That's why I do all that, because then I could turn, 10, 15 into like 25, 30. You know what I mean? So simple math. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's move on. Damn, we've been on this thread for a long time. All right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end the thread there. We were going to continue, but I think I ranted on too much within this thread, and I think I'm going to cut the thread there because you guys are waiting for the juicy scenarios. I do apologize, but when the thread is good, the thread is good. And you know what I mean? When I got a lot to say about the thread, I got a lot to say about the thread. I do apologize. All right. If you guys enjoyed that thread, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Ladies, if you're listening to this, go ahead, comment, hit your boy up. What are some things that dudes do that you're just like, fuck off? All right. Let's blow through announcements and let's get to these juicy scenarios. I do apologize. We'll probably run this episode a little longer just because, I was ranting. Patreon.com/My Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday episodes. Again, after the 14th, we're going to be doing Sunday episodes every other week. So, and then if you're on Patreon, your scenarios take priority. You can send them to me on Instagram. You can send them to me on TikTok. That is okay. That is totally fine. All right. It's just they're not going to get priority over the Patreon people. Okay. That's all it is. If you're an audio listener, go ahead and keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. It helps out a lot. Helps get new people on in here. It tells the little algorithm like, hey, yo, this is a cool show. Check it out. If you want to follow us on the free 99 side of things, if you want to support us on the free 99 side of things, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the HooTubes. If you want to check out the video side of things, HooTube is the place to do it. If you want to see my ugly mug, YouTube is the place to do it. Or TikTok and Instagram. You can see my ugly mug on there too, but in the short form content way. All right. So that's out the way. Now, on to the scenarios. What y'all been waiting for? I do apologize. Man, the thread I was salivating at the thread, and I couldn't stop myself. Got 40 minutes into the fucking thread. Well, actually, probably it was about normal time because I did take 10 minutes on the intro. So, yeah, that makes sense. But, all right, without further ado, first scenario. What can be going on in my wife's mind? Is she cheating? Oh. Okay, I have been married for 3 years to my wife and have been dealing with ED and premature ejaculation since I first had sex till now. I come when I kiss or touch or before even getting to penetration. Yo, my guy. Woo, you gotta cut back on the prawn, my G. You gotta keep your hand off your meat. Desensitize yourself a little bit. I think that'll help you out a lot. Jeez. Tried everything you can imagine, like medications, different doctors, psych therapy, with no help at all. The maximum I could do penetrative sex was 30 seconds. Ooh. Ooh. Woo, you're going to have to do a lot of DJ Hero, my guy, and get mad good at cunnilingus. Woo! I'm just saying. I try to compensate by foreplay, but this is not enough for her to be satisfied and orgasm. Yeah, facts. Okay. My wife is very conservative and religious. We are both Arab living in the U.S., but she has a very high sex drive. At the beginning, she told me one time that she wants me to penetrate her hard and fast, but she didn't ask for that again when she realized I have problems. She asked for sex more than I had expected. One time, I never forgot we were going to sleep and heard our next door neighbors having sex very loud. We could hear the husband pounding his wife and his wife moaning and screaming like that for an hour. I can never forget my wife listening to them while staring at me with her face turning red and her breathing becoming faster and her heart pounding. After they finished, my wife said, I want to do like them. I couldn't say anything I couldn't say anything. Sex has become less and less recent. One time she told me we were getting away from each other. She told me that we are getting away from each other's and there is no emotional connection or sex like married couples. And she told me in a jokingly way she can become vulnerable and seduced by other men. Uh-oh. I don't know what is my life going through or what to do. By the way, I'm fit. Tall, 6'5", and muscular. I work out regularly and eat healthy and try all possible treatments with no benefit. I also spend enough time with foreplay with her, and she is that kind of woman that needs penetrative sex to come. I also remember one time earlier in our relationship, she commented indirect on... she commented indirectly... Oh, she commented. Okay, he just wrote the wrong word. Commented indirectly on my penis saying that it is smaller than what she expected. It's about 6 to 7 inches. Look, man, we didn't need to know all that, but okay, sure, fine. Oh, is she cheating? I don't know, brother. I hope not. It seems like you said, she's very conservative and religious, so I don't think so. But at the same time, I can guarantee you the temptation is there, and she is like, my goodness gracious. These white men, they look very, very tasty, and I want some. And she might even be looking at the neighbor like, yo, let me talk to you and your wife real quick. Like, I heard what y'all been doing. I heard you be slaying it over there. I don't know. I mean, have you guys maybe tried toys? That could help. You know what I mean? That could help. You could, don't get me wrong. I understand it's kind of emasculating a little bit. And that does kind of suck. But, do the foreplay. Get your little 30-second nut. And then put a strap on, man. And hump her till she's satisfied. I think that's just kind of the route that you're going to have to go through, because if nothing is working and, you Johnson is at the no point of return at this point, I think where it's like, look, you're going to have to try toys, my guy. And I think that's where it's at. You're going to have to get, some dildos and you use them on her, you know what I mean? And get them smaller than your penis, I guess. Do what you want to do to feel comfortable. But I think that's where you're going to have to go. I think toys is the direction you're going to have to go with that one, because that's tough. That's tough, bro. That's tough. It sucks because, your Johnson's at a point of no return to where you can't really, give it a little revive potion and it's back up and running. That sucks. And if nothing's working, you can't, pop a rhino or, honey pack or whatever, and you can't keep your stuff ready. That's the way to go. That's all I can say. I mean, maybe you guys out in the comments and you guys out there could give them better advice. You guys may know of something. You may know of a treatment I don't know of, or, you may know something. But I think most of the people are going to kind of agree with me that toys might be the way to go. You might have to get a little strap on John and, get up in there and do that, because like I said, it's either you go with the toy route or you eventually lose your girl. I don't think you're going to lose her immediately, but I think eventually it's going to get to a point where she's like, all right, look, man, I needs to get smacked up. I needs to get stretched and smacked up, and you ain't doing it. And the white men out here looking crazy. So I needs me some of this, So, again, take that how you will. That's my advice. You guys let me know comments what you think. All right, my husband gave me okay, I don't know why I have that one multiple times. Okay, all right, am I the asshole for giving my wife my honest opinion? I, male 39, has been with my wife, 38 female, since we were in college. My wife lately started a new lifestyle, I guess, that she believes in: no deodorant, no shaving, shower only if gets dirty, no makeup, no wearing nice clothes. She doesn't have depression or anything. It started when she joined a new yoga class. I never commented because she's a grown woman and can do what she wants with her body. She asked me today how I feel about her new me. I told her doesn't matter how I feel as long as it makes her happy. And that's where you went wrong, my guy. I would have been honest with her, like, yo, Chewbacca, this is looking crazy out here, and it ain't making your boy's penis hard. I'm just saying, because I'm being honest. I'm being honest because I love you. Like, you out here, looking like Chewbacca's wife, and you're smelling like a garbage can. I just can't do it. I can't do it, baby. Deodorant exists for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, showering exists for a reason. Like, man, at least shower once a day. Shit, at least once. I don't know, man. She kept saying, but I want to know how you feel. Eventually I said, you really want to know how I feel? I missed the woman I fell in love with. She used to dress nice, smell great, shower every day, wear makeup, brush her hair. I really don't like this whole all natural thing, but again, not my decision, so I have no saying. She started crying and called me insensitive, vain jerk, and now doesn't talk to me. Was I a jerk when she wanted my opinion? Nah, not at all, bro. You wanted my honest opinion, and I gave it to you. I don't know what in the hell made you think that not showering, not wearing nice clothes, not doing your hair. I mean, the makeup, that's fine. That's subjective. You can do the makeup if you want. But I'm sure he looked at it like, when you're in the makeup, shit, my penis is hard. You know, the whole, you want to out here, you know, grow all your hair and look crazy. Like, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You know, you got your coochie out here looking like the Amazon jungle and shit. But, I mean, again, it is what it is. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You can't get mad at me because you asked me for the honesty that you wanted. And I think she wanted validation in this shit. And that's what she wanted. She wanted him to be like, oh, no, this is great. I love the new you. I really think that way. I really think that the new you is wonderful. When in reality, homeboy is just like, shit. You know, I don't know if I want to continue to be in this relationship, because that's probably what was coming up next. He was probably just thinking to himself like, sheesh, bro, I'd much rather get me another girl, like, who actually showers and does her hair and, you know, shaves her shit. Like, what the fuck? Just saying, wears deodorant, smells nice. Like, I couldn't be with a girl that don't smell good. You know, like, you ain't got to wear mad perfume or nothing. You ain't got to wear, like, super scented lotion or nothing. No. But as long as you smell like, you know, clean clothes and you know what I mean? You smell decently nice. Yeah, I'm all about it. You know, you ain't got to go over the top to smell nice. You know, like, but I don't know. That's just me. I kind of look at it like, and I think he looks at it the same way. He's just like, girl, and that sucks, because that puts a wedge in his relationship, and that makes him have wandering eyes, you know? And again, I don't know where she got this whole natural thing and thinking that her dude would co-sign it, you know? Like, why would you think your guy would co-sign this? Like, I don't know. All right, on to our next scenario. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. Is he an asshole, you know, for telling her the truth, or is he not? Am I the asshole for telling my husband that he disgusts me? Oh, shit. Oh, baby. My husband and I have been together for 8 years, and honestly, I've done more than my fair share of stuff that makes me incredibly uncomfortable sexually because he wanted to try it. Like swinging. I didn't want to, but I tried it out anyways because he wanted to and basically begged. We met up with a couple and we're not supposed to go home with them the first night, but he immediately convinced me to, and I had an absolute terrible time. I told him never again, and he's been good about it. That was 3 years ago. Or last year, he had a kink of having people watch us. Again, I wasn't into it, but one night we were drinking and he loads up Omegle, and the first thing he does is pull my pants down on camera and tries to do me. I kept pulling away because my face is in clear view, and because I was feeling gross. The guy on the other screen kept making comments about how thick I was, and I'm super self-conscious about my weight. He ultimately kept saying, babe, it's fine, and pushing it until I finally leaned over and excited the browser and told him to get the fuck away from me. That was like 4 years ago. He has been somewhat good since then, but there's other stuff that bothers me, and I've talked to him about it a lot. I'm not into filthy dirty. I'm not into being degraded, but he's now developing a humiliation kink. Like 3 weeks ago, he decided to go out and buy a massive dildo to use on me, something that is easily 4 times his size. It did not feel good. I told him as much, so he stops using it and just starts having sex with me, and continuously told me how stretched out I now was. It again made me feel self-conscious, and I wasn't into it, but he was rock hard and very into it. I told him afterwards how it made me feel, and he downplayed it. Said I had nothing to be self-conscious of, and that he really enjoyed himself, and that he didn't intend to make me feel like shit. But then last night, despite so many conversations about this, he starts talking filthy. I had been outside working all day, landscaping. It was about 108, and I get home, and he immediately goes to do me. So I tell him I want to shower first, but he just pushes and starts talking about how stinky I am and how much he loves it. Then starts talking about wanting to put a baby in my stinky vagina. Okay. I am turned off by him acting like this, that I have started to absolutely dread doing it with him. to a point where when we do it now, it's painful, and I'm tired of talking to him about it, honestly. So when he was talking to me like that last night, I told him that he disgusts me, and he immediately looked wounded and said that I should feel good about myself, knowing my husband wants me in all ways, regardless of how I look or have showered or whatever. I told him that that's not how it works at all, and he knows for an absolute fact that I am not into half of the stuff that he throws at me. And I've told him several times that all this stuff is a turnoff, and he just doesn't care. He says that it should be 50-50. He gives me what gets me off sometimes. So I should give him what gets him off sometimes. Should I give him what gets him off best? But I can't do it. Am I the asshole? Holy shit. I mean, I'm definitely not on his side. I'm definitely on her side with this whole thing. It's just a simple thing where it's like, you guys just aren't sexually compatible. I simply think that it's a thing where you guys just aren't sexually compatible. Homeboy is at a point where he's just so bored with regular sex. He just needs like that extra crazy factor thrown in there just to feel like it's new and inventive and crazy and wild. Like, I just think that that's what he is going through right now. He's at a point in his life where it's boring to him. Like, normal sex with you is just boring. He's like, all right, man, I'm done with this. I don't really care anymore. I want to just, I want to do something fun and exciting and crazy and wacky and wild. And I want to, do you on the side of the wall and Spider-Man and all this stuff or whatever. And so I think simply that's kind of what's going through his head, because that's really what it seems like. It seems like homeboy is just kind of bored of what the hell is going on, and he's just trying to spice it up a little bit. But, I mean, should you have to tolerate that? I don't think so. Like, just because you're married and just because that's, like, a thing where it's like, oh, I satisfy you, you satisfy me. Like, when you say it, sure, it sounds nice. But when you're actually going through it and you're going through it over and over again, it's like, look, and it sucks because even having a conversation with him won't even fix it. Like, you can't sit there and be like, girl, you should just talk to him. Girl, you should have a conversation with him about it. Girl, nah, because she's tried that. She's tried that over and over and over again, and it ain't working. And I don't want to sit here and be like, well, you got to leave him. I don't want to say that either, because I'm sure she still loves the guy. I'm sure, there are a lot of redeeming factors. I think it's just the sex aspect of things, And at the same time, I don't want to be like, don't have sex with him, because then that's just going to push him to go cheat and be with other women, So that's why this is a tough situation. I think it's just a thing where it's like, be about it, but then, once he wants to do some freaky weird shit, you just be like, nah, I'm done. I'm out. And just get up and just leave at that point. And just be like, nah, you want to do this freaky weird shit? No, thanks. I'm good. Maybe try to come to some middle ground with him and being like, hey, look, we could do this, but I don't want to do that. That's another thing you could try too, is just having a good middle ground and being like, hey, we could do this, but I don't want to do that. Because I think at that point it would give him the satisfaction that he's looking for. But at the same time, you don't feel like as shitty about it. You don't feel as like disgusted by it, because these are freaky things that you're kind of willing to do, for him. So it's like, I think it makes it a little better. But again, my best advice is just to find the middle ground. Find the middle ground where you guys are like, okay, I'm not completely disgusted with this, but you like it and I'm okay with it. It ain't that bad. And then he's going to have to compromise on some things where it's like, hey, I need you to do this, for me, or I need to do that or whatever. That would be the best way to go about it. I don't know. You guys might be able to think and give me a different point of view on it, different lens on it. So again, let me know what you think about that one in the comments. This will be our last scenario though for today. Hopefully you guys have gotten this far in the episode and you've been enjoying me rant and talk about these crazy scenarios and what we got going on. All right, but without further ado, this is going to be our last one. This one is, am I overreacting about my fiance calling me dry before sex? Okay. He said, damn girl, your coochie dry. Got the Sahara Desert down there. Me, 25 female, fiance 28 male, and I have been together for over a year now and known each other for 13 years. We usually have a pretty active sex life, which is great because I'm a horn dog. Recently, it's been getting farther apart and less intimate, wham bam thank you ma'am style. Before bed, he started to initiate sex. After 2 or 3 minutes of foreplay, he stops abruptly and harshly says, "You're pretty dry back there." Another time, when he turns over as he's going to sleep, this really struck a nerve and made me feel like some sort of hookup that wasn't going anywhere. I ended up turning opposite of him and started tearing up. When I tried to explain to him that it made me upset, he doubled down and asked he doubled down and said he was just being honest. Am I overreacting? You are overreacting. Now, let me explain. All right? Hold a minute. Let me explain. This has happened to me before. When I was in my prior engagement and I was with, my fiance at that time, there were moments where, we were doing the sexy time. She's in the mood. I'm in the mood. We're doing our thing. But she's just not getting going like it should. The waterways ain't flowing. And that does tend to happen sometimes. But I think it's a thing where, like, you've been together for so long. You guys have been, having sex so long. I think you tend to just get used to what you normally do. The foreplay, is kind of the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? You kind of know the playbook a little bit. You know what I mean? And for me, what would change that is introducing new elements into the routine, if you will, adding new plays to the playbook. And for us, a lot of times, it was toys. A lot of times it was like foreplay in different positions. A lot of times it was kind of getting away from the bed and doing it in other locations in the home. You know what I mean? Like in the closet or in the bathroom or, you know what I mean? In the common area, being sneaky and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, somebody could catch us in the living room while we're, doing it on the couch, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think that's what you kind of need to do. You guys are just so used to the playbook. You're running the same plays. Sure, is it winning you the games? Yeah, it's getting you guys there. You're satisfied. But when you're playing the same playbook over and over and over again, it tends to get that way. It tends to get to a point where it's like you're in the mood up here, but down there, it's like, she's like, all right, man, what else you got? What else you got for me? So that would be my advice to that. I do think you are overreacting because you could have, came up with some solutions. I think he kind of looked at it like, oh, well, you're probably not in the mood. You're probably, not attracted to me. I think that was his response immediately because he looked at it like, dude, I would always get her going and engines revved and she's ready to go. You know what I mean? She out here gushing down there, but now she's not. And then I'm sure for him, his mind was kind of racing a little bit. Like, is she not attracted to me anymore? Is there somebody else? You know what I mean? Is she thinking about another guy? Like, has our love making lost its spark? Is the sex game just not great for her? Like, she didn't really suggest anything. So did she kind of like only be in the mood for my sake? You know what I mean? Was I forcing something on her? Did I make her feel uncomfortable? I guarantee you. That's why I say you were overreacting, because the way that you're feeling, where you're turning over and you're getting teary-eyed and you're like, oh my God, he doesn't love me anymore. He doesn't find my vagina attractive anymore. He doesn't, he's thinking the same thing. Guaranteed. He's thinking the same thing. Like, damn, like, Does my girl not think I'm attractive anymore? Does she not like my penis no more? Does she, I run the same playbook. Like, she loves my playbook, She loves when I run the little wildcat offense and I'm up in there, doing my thing, running the ball straight up to the goal. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on here? Did I force her? Did I, is she having a bad day? Like, things go through a dude's mind too. So that's why I kind of say you were overreacting. You know what I mean? And you could have been like, no, babe, no, like, and honestly, keep a bottle of lube. Keep a bottle of lube. I'm just being honest with you. Keep a bottle of lube, because a lot of times, you know what I mean, you just lube it up a little bit, and it gets you going. A little bit, And so, yeah, I just think you guys need to add more plays to the playbook and change things up a little bit. I'm not saying you can't run that playbook ever, but space it out and when you use it. You know what I mean? Try new things. Try different things. Try different positions. Try different locations, because, sometimes it sparks it up. Because like I said, when I was with my ex-fiance, yeah, when you're with somebody for 5-6 years, it does tend to get a little boring, like you're running the same playbook. And even for her, she's kind of just like, I don't want to say expecting, but she can kind of predict what's going to happen next and what you're going to do next and how you're going to do it. You know what I mean? And so it's just not fun for her. You know what I mean? She's kind of almost like, I'm in the mood and I'm glad that he's doing this, but it's like, I wish he was kind of doing something new and different. You know what I mean? And you may not be thinking that, but I think your body is. You may not be thinking it up here, but I think down there, yeah, she's like, all right, man, let's run a different playbook. Let's try something different. Like, I already know what you're going to do, and I already know how it's going to feel, and this and that. It ain't getting the water running. So, like I said, you guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. I think she's overreacting. I think you guys just need to add more elements into your sex, playbook and repertoire, and I think that'll fix that. But that's going to be it for your boy. Love you guys so much, and I appreciate all of the support you guys have been showing on the show. Again, that's why I did the whole 10-minute spiel in the beginning. I can't wait to jump into season 2 with you guys. I can't wait to, start streaming and get a good schedule for that going. And yeah. And be able to interact with you guys a lot more than I already do. But again, without further ado, love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday for, I believe it's chapters 22 and 23 of Courts and Thorns and Roses. That book is getting good, but personally, can't wait to finish it and get into another book. But without further ado, love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday. Peace.